So we have Boulder is now complete. Columbus up next, followed by Charleston. Start to get a more regular schedule here now as well. That the this first part of tour was a little weird with the days off, the from one location to the next, lots of travel in between. I wonder if there's anybody out there that's been able to do every show and will be able to do every show this summer. I imagine this will be now, while the added travel, you did get the extra days off. Hey, what's up, Phil? Have you recovered? Do you feel like the same person since the Austin shows? Hey, what's up, Spud? What's happening? We are, you know what? I should pull it up, get my chat here. All right, we're all set. Hey, got a thumbs up already. Hey, what's up? Rooftop Gambler. Wow, it's big. What's going on, Rob? Not much. Thought I would check in for a little bit. Got a couple of days off here. Maybe wait until tomorrow to do the Columbus picks, and then we'll maybe do an update. We'll do a post Boulder and Columbus. See if who was the best pickers for that. For the record, you're not 21. Oh, I see what you're saying now. I was gonna say, why did I say you were 21 or something? But oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I know. Yeah, I think you are. You referring to your comment? You left a comment like people were really cool and like looked after you and make sure you were all right. And I don't know. I think people were kind of being funny. I think overall they were. Yeah, I think people were just. Although I gotta say, I was my first Phish show. I was not 21, and there was certainly no one looking after me, nor would I have wanted there to be. Times have changed, I guess, a bit, though, Phil. But yeah, I think mostly people were just having fun in the comments. A lot of people hitting their first shows this run, this tour so far, I feel. More so than other years. It's not, I feel like it's to the point where not very often, maybe once a year. Maybe more than that, but it seems like maybe once a year that I hear from someone saying it's their first show. Yeah, Rob, I hated to see some good ones go off the board the other night. Now there's only one night in Columbus. I mean, you got 3 nights in Charleston, so if you're going all 3 nights, chances are you're going to get some of both. You're going to get some awesome shit, and yeah, you're probably going to get some stinkers too. But that's the beauty of going all 3 nights. Yeah, if you, I mean, 3 nights, man, if something's left off the list or you don't feel fulfilled after 3 nights. I'm not a big believer in chasing songs either, though. So I mean, Rob, I'm sure you're not a rookie, but I wouldn't go in with much more expectations other than what you just said there. Oh, that was your first experience with that, huh, Phil? Where like the show or two before, you're like, oh, yeah, the problem with chasing songs, Phil, is you can sometimes leave a show let down, or even like before the show's over. You kind of know, like say you're chasing Reba, and it's halfway through the second set. It's starting to feel like it's very likely I'm not going to get a Reba, and it can kind of ruin your night. I saw it happen one time. A guy I was with, he's been chasing Reba. I don't know, he had 18 or 19 shows in, still no Reba. Got middle of the second set. I was like, "You're not getting your Reba, dude." And I could just tell it really bummed him out. He really didn't enjoy the rest of the show. Yeah, good. Yeah, something. I figured you weren't a rookie, Rob. I don't know why I figured that, but safe to say, for every Phil, there's 10 other people that have been to 50 shows. I think I'm coming up on number 40. I possibly already hit number 40. I feel like 40 is a bit of a milestone. I don't know. Nice even number. I guess I'll get to 50. I don't think I'm ever going to make it to 100, though. Yeah, Phil, I guess it depends. You're probably right about them not coming back to Texas. Yeah, I don't know. It does. That is kind of a bummer if you live in a part of the country and if you're not able to travel yet. I don't know. My first couple of shows, they were pretty much right here nearby, and then my first shows in 2.0 were right nearby. Actually, my first 5 shows in 2.0. I didn't travel. far until Philadelphia in '03, the holiday run. That was my first time I traveled. Before that, I had only been to Deer Creek and Cincinnati, which is about an hour and 2 hours, 2 hours and 1 hour, respectively. 100's your next goal, Forbin. Nice, nice. Shows 43, 44, 45. Nice, nice. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to mention the R word right now, but it is like, I would, and I don't know if they'll do some big grand tour. Just allow me for a moment to let's talk about the farewell tour. I don't know if they would do some big grand like 300-day tour, hitting up 80 cities or something. I don't know. I do not know. I think it would be a somewhat normal tour. They would probably like to hit a lot of their traditional spots, your Alpines, Meriwether, Hampton, Dix, things of this nature, Madison Square Garden, I'm sure. I've always figured, I don't know if they'll end it with a festival or not. Probably they're going to want to end it with a festival. Something tell now. I guess I'm eating my words here, but although the first breakup, the first hiatus was an announced hiatus, no big deal that they came back there. But then the first breakup was like, yeah, and it was circumstances. They didn't really want to. I mean, if you heard or you were at Coventry, they didn't want to quit. It was pretty obvious. They were like, they were just they had to. They didn't have much of a choice at the time. They really just needed another hiatus or a break. We needed Trey to get arrested, turns out, is what we needed. So, what I was trying to say is, I think when they hang it up, they're going to hang it up. They're going to be, they're going to be legit, I feel. I don't think they're going to be like Sugar Ray Leonard or some Oscar De La Hoya or some boxers. Boxers are kind of infamous for retiring and coming back 7 times, as well as Kiss and The Who. Pretty sure I saw the Kiss farewell tour in like '96. Somehow they're still touring. Lots of news about Ozzy, the final Ozzy show, and Black Sabbath. Maybe now people will quit saying I look like Ozzy. I've been getting a lot of that over the last maybe this tour, maybe not a lot of it, but 3 or 4 people have made the Ozzy reference. Specifically when my hair's down, I think it's just the hair length and color, the part in the middle. I think me and Ozzy are about the only people left that parted in the middle. Mine just naturally does this. You know how much work I would have to do for it not to do this? I could either just start becoming like a motorcycle rider and ride my bike every day with no helmet. That would do something different. Lots of product. I'm not going to ever be a product guy. Get some LA gear, LA looks. What they call that stuff? LA looks. Give me some of that. Yeah, I dig Ozzy. Sure. I mean, I don't really listen to Ozzy solo stuff anymore, but I do occasionally listen to Black Sabbath. I saw, speaking of farewell tours, I saw Black Sabbath in '97, and Bill Ward, the drummer, was really struggling in '97. There was a handful of songs that were just not really on, they weren't up to speed. Still cool, I felt very happy to see Black Sabbath even in 1997, but it's fucking 28 years later. Man. And supposedly people that run in those circles thought that the Black Sabbath '97 Nutter Center show was one of the better shows in that comeback tour, whatever that was. I don't even really know what it was considered. I don't know if it was a comeback or a farewell. I know Bill Ward was not in great shape. Yeah, several shows. The Pyramid show from '99 jumps out at me. I think Philadelphia from December, I think, of '99 jumps out at me. Um, yeah, I think those two, Phil. Those come to mind immediately. A lot of good shows in '99. Boise, I think, was an awesome show in '99, I believe. Sure, there's some others that aren't even officially released. I know. If you ever get bored, Phil, take a look at my channel and look at the member recaps. I have a playlist specifically of member recaps. I know there's some '99 stuff in there. Might be a gem or two. You're right. The Northeast, Delaware was a good spot for Phish and Dead in the '80s and '90s. Yep. Forbin just hits. It's been so long. Forbin 2 minutes ago. I don't know what that was. Now you see the Ozzy. Are you talking about Ozzy socks and cheese? You never saw Ozzy before. Now you see it. I don't really have an Ozzy. The other day I was trying to do an Ozzy. Um, I think I was just kept saying I'm the fucking Prince of Darkness, but because Ozzy has like a British accent, but also like a very old man thing going on. I don't know, man. I don't know why I've gotten that. I used to believe it or not on my younger days, probably from the ages of like 20 to 25, I got Brad Pitt a bunch. And I would always be like, now, wait a minute. He's like one of the, I think people would agree he's one of like the best looking men on earth. How come I'm not like dripping with women? What's going on here? My personality wasn't that bad. So every now and then when somebody would hit me with a Brad Pitt, again, I had the hair parted in the middle. My hair was a lot blonder back then. I think it was like the Meet Joe Black Brad Pitt. Again, I think it was just the hair. Even on my driver's license, I had some Meet Joe Black hair. Hey, what's up, Steely Matt? Max Hold Shiny Gel. Can't do it, Forbin. You're right, though. I think Zappa probably did. Me and some friends had a discussion about Zappa today, and our one of my friend's old college roommate, he got married, and this was going back like 20 years ago. And never mind, you guys don't care. It wasn't that good of a story. But anyway, she said she was related to Frank Zappa, and we all kind of decided today in the text, like, no, she didn't. We did some theorizing and put some things together, and we were like, dude, she just made that up on the spot. Tell that guy he married a liar. They ended up getting married. Oh shit! Had you survived well enough? I see truncated sleigh. You've made it home. I have not seen the Oasis reunion. It reminds you of that Harpua from the New Year's Eve '96 run. I kind of forgot that they were getting back together. I remember when that was big news. So there's all kinds of stuff that could be coming in Columbus. Look at all these songs I wrote down that could possibly be coming in Columbus. Chalk Dust and Susie, Shine a Light, Caspian, Rogue, Antelope, Haley's, First Tube, Cavern, It's Ice, Axilla 2, Life Saving Gun, No Man's Land, Jim, Walls of the Cave, Golgi, Lifebuoy, Waves, any of those. All of those. Imagine if they played all of those. That would be some show. That would be some show. Hopefully they get a couple. The problem Mary doesn't love a ton of songs, and they've played a lot of them recently. She likes some chomper stuff, really. Possum, Character Zero. She does like Slave to the Traffic Light and Mule. She likes Prince Caspian. We could get a Prince Caspian. Yeah. I've been playing It's Ice a little bit, trying to get her familiar with that because I do think it's coming. Nah, good to hear, Phil. Yeah, because they famously did not get along well. I heard that the drummer in Pearl Jam, they announced he's leaving today. Wonder what's up with that. Go for it, Spud. That one kid, I got a message from a kid, said he's a 13-year-old kid. He's in a wheelchair and he wants to meet me. And I'm like, well, what if it's just that he doesn't even care about me and it's just his parents that want to meet me? That was probably a horrible thought, but oh, I don't know if I would say I had a favorite Zappa tour. Now I know the final tour, the one what's the name of the book? I never can think of the title of the book. The greatest tour you never heard or something. I forget. Zappa the Hard Way. Um, that was a good tour, but also the fact that just all the behind the scenes madness kind of made it more interesting. But I don't know if I necessarily had like a favorite tour. Um, that was more of a Zappa. I mean, there's so many Zappa studio albums. I've heard plenty of live shows and some of the stuff they release, but I don't listen to Zappa live stuff in the way I do Phish. Um, Mostly because he's got 700 studio albums. Whoa, what's going on with that? The flicker. Hey, what's up, American English Brent? What is going on with the flicker? What is going? What is up? I don't like this. It's this one up here. It actually wasn't this one. It's this one. What's the problem, man? Oh, it's it. Oh shit, that's really fucking hot. Holy shit, I'm turning that off. Why is it so hot? Interesting. Just a little ring light plugged into. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's not the appropriate plug-in. Just got it plugged into an old phone charger. I don't know. Yeah, it's something to do with that light. Just that light in particular. It seems. Maybe that it's warning me that it's hot. I think that's a first, though. It's had it on much longer. Well, it is really hot in this room to begin with. Woody B. Hey, what's up, Woody B? Long time no see. Hey, what's up, Martin? How you doing, man? Oh, damn! You were able to catch him live 5 times. That might have been a different story. I say, well, I don't really listen to a ton of the live stuff. Maybe if I saw him live, it'd have been different. Hmm. I have never heard that one, Truncated Sleigh. Hmm. I did not get to see Frank. No. Nope. I probably started listening. I didn't even know it, but probably right around the time I started listening to him was probably right around the time he was also dying. I did not know it though at the time. I will. I'll check that out. I'm not sure if I know that Pantera song either. Maybe I do, but there's a lot of that going on out there though in music in the music world. I know I've watched some of them videos before. Band A takes from band B. One song's really popular, the other not so much. Hmm. Hey, what's up, Russell? Yeah, I will. Well, we didn't really talk much about Boulder, did we? I did come around on night one, set one. Night one, set two, though, I'm still really not sold on. Similar to Goose. God, I haven't seen that, Jake. I know I saw that in the past, the Anatomy of a Jam video about Tweezer. God, it's been so long since I saw it, though. Um, I don't remember anything about that. Just briefly. And then I mentioned how all of just like there's been a an influx of people saying that I look like Ozzy. I don't know about that. I just think it's the hair parted in the middle. That's all. Yeah, I think so, Russell. Yeah, that guy had pretty good stuff. He did some show reviews for a while too. I think he just did like one run or something. Pretty good stuff. Oh, was that night one? You had the mix ups, Bud? I got a new shirt today. Cano, Cano Vera, Canopy Vera. I got me a new shirt today. I don't know if it matches Paige's new shirt. I don't know if I'm gonna wear it to the show or not. I don't know. I don't want to show Paige up. It's his night. I'm just a spectator. Show you guys the new shirt though. Paige's new shirt. Kev's new shirt. It's even a combo, really. Two piece. It's supposed to go. You got a like a light blue shirt to go underneath it. What do you think? I thought it was kind of. It's very pagey. I felt. Do you think this looks like something Paige might wear? If you look really closely, you might have seen that pattern before on DMT. Yeah, I like it. I haven't decided though if I'm gonna wear it to the show or not. Might be a little too fancy. And I'm sure Paige will have on something very nice that night. And yeah, that's, Paige is the man. Paige would approve, I think. This shirt here I got on is a little tight, and it's one of these like stretchy shirts. Kind of see some nips if I pull it down real tight. Oh yeah, look at that. Milking it. Floppy's down here sleeping underneath the whiteboard again. I don't know, all of a sudden that's his new spot. You think Wolfman's is a possibility? It's a possibility, I suppose. Stuff that was played night one in Boulder could be. But you're right. I would go for a good Wolfman's with a solid telephone ring, even something like BlackBerry level ring. I would be happy with an old cordless phone. Maybe one of them. Was that one something VT or something tech? Yeah, that second set the first night, I just wasn't a big fan of after the Carini, really. And I mean, the YEM was cool, just wasn't a top notch YEM. I take a glide opener. Yeah, Jamie, if you happen to see me, say what's up, obviously. I'm not good. I try not to make plans to meet up with people anymore because there's so many people over the years. I've been like, yeah, definitely. And then I just never got to meet up with them. I end up meeting up with people. Just like the young kid that wants to meet me. I'm like, yeah, he told me what section he's in. And I'm like, yeah, man, to get from my section to your section, I'm going to pass a lot of people. And I could get hung, especially now with these short set breaks. So I don't know. I might just start yelling across the arena at him. Yeah, you're right. They didn't, did they, Forbin? Telling you, I think it's just his parents. Although I did a little vetting of the kid, and he does seem like he's a fan. He's commented on the channel in the past. Seems like he's from Michigan, maybe. Seems like he's been to shows up there. Been going to shows as far back as 2023, I believe. That Clarkston show, a show I was actually at, a rain delayed show. That was his first show, and he wanted to know if he got stiffed. I thought the light was just starting to get cool. It was like they play the part of light, and then they start to get into the jam, and then 2 or 3 minutes, it's like, oh, okay, all four guys found the spot. And then they moved on. I did notice I don't know if it had, I guess it maybe, I don't know if you feel like outdoor, the lights would be less effective. I just feel like I noticed the lights quite a bit over these last couple of shows. Yeah, you're right. The rain delay really was just them starting when they normally would start. And then the first set, the first night was really strong, with or without the lightning. I feel like Rogue is due as well. Played Rogue, and you think so, Forbin? I don't know about that. No, I checked out the radar. I looked at the radar here. I don't know how, just like weather.com app or something. I don't know how reliable that is, but I was like, what are they talking about? There's like a little tiny dot of green north of there. I think it's finally starting to heat up. I think Pittsburgh was really good. Manchester was just kind of okay. I think, and maybe the problem is that April, those shows in April were so good A little bit of a comparison there. Yeah, you're right. Hmm, I don't remember seeing that, Spud. Oh, were they, Forbin? Yeah, I haven't watched their last few. I watched one of them other videos they put out. They've been putting out a couple of videos a week, it seems like, that are not their Phish recaps. I did watch one of them the other day. They were talking about some of the best sit-ins. Yeah, 46 days, always pretty reliable. Okay, now I'm not so sure about the glide, Jamie Cook, but those others I could see happening. Poor Heart for sure. I don't know. Well, even if we there will be the whole lot scene. I was gonna say, well, if there's anything like that this year, Bill, another cloud, apocalypse cloud, everybody will be indoors. But that's not true. Everybody will be outdoors before the show. Hey, what's up, radio? Trey was slaying it on the Sally. Yeah, Jim, that's probably quite the experience. Oh, cool. That's probably nice. You move to Boulder and then boom, you get some shows. I don't know. I don't know who it's tough to I don't know who the next sit in would be. A couple of the guys in Goose, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I guess yeah, I'm sure it's like that with everybody. Some people are gonna like some people aren't. Um, I do like as differently than my channel. They have multiple voices. Like every night, there's something I forget to mention. There could be another voice there. They'll be like, "Hey, what about this?" Dweezil sit in would be nice. Columbus going to be the bust out. Well, they've been playing so many bust outs, a couple a night for several shows that it would be tough to say. Share. Oh fuck, I forgot about Share, Jake. Later, American English Brent. Thanks for becoming a member, man. There was an eagle flying over the stadium, huh? Nice. It'd be crazy if it was a pig flying over the stadium. Have they played? When was the last time they played Demand? The Baker's Dozen? Maybe once since then. I've only flown to a show once. That was in Vegas. 14, I guess. God, I can't believe it was that long ago. It was the only time, though. Yeah, okay, a catapult. That's something that could come in out of nowhere one of these nights. And there for a while, they were using passing through. They'd play like a song, go into passing through, and then back into the original song. Mike Gordon's Meat on the Table. Yeah, Tila and Esther. I think I did write those down as a couple of Those were more on the wish list side of things. Maybe too soon for Monsters. Monsters would be on the wish list. Wingsuit, always going to be on the wish list. Not always, but just please no stealing time from the faulty plan. Yeah, it could go for go for almost any of the Halloween songs, really. Of the the fake cover band Halloweens, that is. Any Halloween, really. Like Shine a Light. That was one. That's something from the Stones. Halloween. That's a possibility. All right, so I'm around. I know I should have stuck with it. I still wouldn't have went 5 for 5. And technically, somebody pointed out to me. They were like, "Hey, they just played Melt in Texas. Why'd you go with Melt over my friend?" And I was like, "Damn it, I'm switching to my friend." Not really though. I wouldn't like it if somebody switched it up like that. So I'm not going to switch it up like that. And I wouldn't have went 5 for 5 anyhow because I had that damn backwards down the number line. We did get our first 5 for 5 though, night number 3, Daniel's Wire, and several people had 3 and 4, and it was Antelope and Number Line prevented a lot of people from having a perfect night. Yeah, there was certainly something to no recognition of July 4th on July 4th. Or it's possible they simply just forgot. Forgot. One year they did it as the second encore. Psycho Killer. Why not? Curtis Lowe, too. Curtis Lowe is probably overdue. All right. Well, we're over 30 minutes. I just wanted to jump. I really wanted to, I don't know what I wanted to talk about. Anything, really. Whatever came up. I'm glad we had a chance to chat. Normally, I'm just going to town with a Sharpie and making picks. You're right. Still no horn. Been a while on horn, right? I would say Rogue will probably be the next one to make its summer debut, if I had to guess. Yeah, it's been a while for Curtis Lowe. Boom. Truncated Sleigh. Horn is very overdue. You're right. Sin of a Mule. It was like it had a long gap. They played it once and we're back to the gap, I think. Yep. Harpula, Colonel Forbin, always overdue. All right, guys. Boom. I keep saying I'm out of here and then I keep sticking around. This time I mean it. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the shows. And I'll probably get a Columbus Picks video up tomorrow. We'll see. Albuquerque. Oh, man. I could live with an Albuquerque, I suppose. I could live with that. A couple cover songs I'd rather not get, though. Boom. We're out of here. Later, Jim. Later, Bill. Later, Spud. Later, Socks.